Hicks Monuments More is dedicated to providing services to families suffering a loss by offering compassion, dignity, and integrity through that challenging time. And here to share more are their owners, George and Carmen Hicks. Hello.
Hello, Jessica.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank
you both look so lovely.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So the services that you provide are so important. When someone suffers a loss, not only is it heartbreaking, it's challenging, and I'm sure that the mind just goes everywhere, but you provide that step-by-step service to help them get through it. So Can you start off by giving us an overview about your business?
Okay, yes, Hicks Monuments More. We're celebrating our 10th year anniversary this year, September the 5th. However, my husband and I, we both started in the funeral. A lot of people don't know this, started in the funeral industry. It'll be over 20 years for him and 20 for me next year.
Wow.
And so started off, I as a preneed counselor, actually helping families prearrange, which I still do that. And then we both in various capacities. So when someone loses a loved one, it can be devastating. And it's been proven that nearly 50% of deaths are sudden and unexpected. So when it's just sudden like that, it really just, the stress levels is really high. And so able to really walk them through that process and help them with different decisions they have to make, because there's a lot of decisions they don't really even realize that has to come into play. So really helping them through that process and even teaching them and helping them how to navigate, not just navigate, but also save money in the process of it, because it's something that's unexpected. And everyone doesn't pre-plan and not aware. And so it's something that we help to lessen the burden on the families.
Right, that's amazing. And congratulations on 10 years having your business. That's incredible. And 30 years in marriage.
30 years in marriage.
I have to shout that out because that's a beautiful thing to see.
Thank you.
And so what made you all start this business, being in the funeral business in the first place?
Well, I speak that. So what happened is, it's not something that we actually sought out to do. When I tell you, God literally just dropped this business in my lap. The previous owner contacted me one day and he said, "Carmen, I'm moving out of town. What do you think about taking over my business?" He said, "You've been in this field for a while and I know you treat the families fair," is what he said. And I said, I never thought about this. And I said, well, let me think about it, pray about it, and talk to my husband, and I'll let you know.
Yes.
And Jessica, 3 weeks later, I thought about it, we prayed about it, we talked about it, formed a LLC, and I was inside the building, pacing the floor, saying, "God, what just happened?" Literally in 3 weeks, literally just dropped it in my lap. He introduced me to all of his vendors, and all this, and just transitioned the business to me. So, so it literally just dropped into our lap. So it wasn't something we thought about. It's like God was like, "Okay, here, this, give me this is what you do."
Right.
So yeah,
a testament to timing. His timing is the best timing.
Absolutely.
Ready or not, he's like, now.
Yes. Yes.
That's wonderful. So share with me some of these services that you offer through your business.
Okay, so the Monuments More, some people don't realize monuments are headstones, grave markers. So even in that, it's precious, because people, they've gone through the funeral side of it, and then it's, some of them, they want to do it right away, and some kind of wait, because in their minds, it's like the final step. And then I'm faced with the reality that my loved one is gone. So they kind of, they'll kind of play with it for a little bit, and then, I'm not ready just yet. And so helping them with designing that, and then also just, it's bittersweet, but once it's done and they see the finished product and they're able to see it, and it's like, it's bittersweet, but tears of joy, but at the same time, and so help them with the monument and headstones. And then also, like I said, I still do funeral pre-planning. Also, I provide life insurance. It's all under the same category. And I provide memorial gifts. I do memorial blankets as well, and I call them all occasions because I've done them for graduations, birthday, but a lot of people, they contact me for memorial blankets for the service or so.
Yes, and the big difference that's important is this is not a funeral home where all the services happen. This is the planning and the preparation, and you are like an advisor that walks them through the steps. Yes, which is really important, and that's really nice, because when something happens, as you said, 50% of deaths are unexpected, but we can do things in advance just to start prepping. And it is hard. It's a hard conversation to have with your loved ones, to write it all out. But why is it so important to do the pre-planning part?
It is important because, once again, it takes the burden off the family, and then a lot of times when a death occurs, all of the emotions are really high, and you have the families bickering. You have a lot of times it's the worst time, for families, because a lot of emotions are running high. So you're able to save prices, save costs, because you can lock in a lot of those costs at today's costs. And then also, like I said, it lessens the burden on the family, and then it helps control emotional overspending. Because what happened, people say, "Oh, my mom, she deserves the best. My dad deserves the best." But did your mom really want you to spend $30,000 on a casket? I mean, and so you control that emotional overspending. You're able to think clearly. And we liken planning a funeral to a wedding, because some people, they take a year to plan a wedding, some people 2, but they have to get to church, they have to make sure the pastors, they have to make sure, bridesmaids, the people who are going to be a part of it, the venue, all of that. Well, a funeral really has those same moving, parts, but it's a matter of not a year, you just got a matter of days, boom. And so you can imagine the stress level that, people go through doing all that as someone a year versus, a few days. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
So I'm passionate about it. And my motto is helping you make it easier for those you love.
Yeah,
So that's my
absolutely.
motto.
I'll go ahead and add also, gives us an opportunity to honor the family's wishes, the loved one's wishes, because a lot of times that loved one has something in particular that they want to happen. They want the certain pastor, they want the certain singer, and it gives an opportunity to honor their wishes.
Yes.
That's good. Yeah, very good. You all have so much experience, so it's so nice that you are able to offer these services to our community.
Yes.
Yes, and that was a great analogy with the wedding to the funeral planning. You don't think of it like that, but it's just as important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you both.
Yes. Thank you for having us. Thank you for
Absolutely.
having us. So
You're
we-
welcome.
I'll say this is ministry to us, so we don't look at it as just service, it's ministry. And we enjoy providing that service.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So, and looking forward to celebrating with thanking our customers, our families, we like to say, for our 10th anniversary this year. We're going to have that big celebration. So, looking forward to
good.
loving on them and sharing with them. And so, and thank you so much for having us. And
Yes. You're very welcome.
Absolutely. Thank
you. And if you would like more information about their services, the pre-planning, the life insurance, and all they have to offer, we'll be sure to list the website below, and I'll see you after the break.